Welcome, everybody, to Season 5, Episode 3 of Buzz with yours truly, Mama T. We've got a great show in store for you today. Well, as always, every guest I have is just amazing in their own way, and tonight is no exception. We have Justin Toe. He's from Nashville, and we are going to ask him. He's got some really awesome music videos. We're going to ask him about those. We're going to watch a couple of them. He's got a new song out called Breaking Away. I'm so excited. But first, of course, we have to hear from one of our sponsors, Grand Forks Best Source. Today's episode is sponsored in part by Grand Forks Best Source. They're a cutting-edge local media broadcasting studio with captivating shows, on-location event coverage, and unparalleled advertising opportunities. Grand Forks Best Source has become a haven for podcasters like me seeking to bring their visions alive. If you're a podcaster looking for studio or platform, or a local business seeking to advertise, go ahead and email Paul at local@gfbestsource.com. You can call him at 701-740-9337, or you can go to their website that's listed on your screen there, gfbestsource.com. Tell them Mama T sent you. Hi, Justin.
Hey, Mama T. How are you today?
I'm doing awesome.
All right.
So, why don't you tell everybody who you are, where you're from, and how you got into it?
All right. Sounds good. I'm Justin Toe. I'm a singer, songwriter, and I'm in, as I think you mentioned, Nashville, Tennessee, a music city. And, as far as music journey, if you'd like me, I can kind of give some background on how I got into music. It was something I got kind of a late start in, I think, compared to a lot of artists. I grew up doing other things, a lot of sports growing up, like pretty much every sport, just about. And then when I got into college, my main thing became computer programming. And I was a computer programmer only for, 15, maybe close to 20 years. And I loved the creativity from creating computer programs. And I would do other things, like I would write little short stories and stuff like that, and really liked that. But I never did anything musical growing up. I never sang. I never played any instruments or anything until I got to be in my late 30s. And my daughter, whose name is Carissa, she's a piano player. She's played piano since she was just a little kid. And by the time she got to be about 9 or 10, she was actually really good. She was going to state piano competitions and either winning them or being among the finalists. And so she just did really well. But the main thing she did is she created her own songs, just melodies, even at that age, that were so cool. And I could just tell how much she loved music. And so her love of music rubbed off on me. And I started just playing around with things, creating my own little tiny songs, maybe based on her melodies. And we would do that together. And then after a few years of doing that, I decided, I was like 40 years old, I decided I wanted to formally train and learn music. And so I'd never sung a song before at all in my life, to anybody, and I'd never done any kind of music training or learn any music theory. So I went to music classes basically to learn all that. And most of the people there were like, kids or teenagers or, young adults. And I was the relatively older person. So I would go there, and there'd be like a kid before me, and he'd do his thing. And then I'd do my thing. I'd kind of listen to him. He'd listen to me. So it was kind of different, and I did that for a few years just to get to the point where I could actually truly create a song. And once I got to that point, I released my first song. This was about, 5 or 6 years ago. And since then, I've released 5 more. And I've continued to just work at every bit of it. I've learned guitar and become, pretty good guitar player, and, certainly continue with vocals and continue to perfect songwriting, and just kind of built things up. In the last year alone, I've gotten I finally had a few things come my way. They've been good. I've gotten a couple of accolades from Nashville Songwriters Association, which is the owner of the Bluebird Cafe and the biggest songwriter organization in the world. So I've gotten several accolades from them over the past year. And I had an artist record one of my songs that went in the top 50 new country releases, even though I mostly do rock and pop, but this was a country artist. And my most recent song has been doing well. And the video for the song, music video, I think already has like 5 times as many views as all the rest of my videos combined after only 1 month. So that's some good news. That's kind of the short summary version of kind of where I've come from and, how I've gotten to now, but looking forward to talking with you about any more of, my songwriting process or anything else you'd like to ask.
That's amazing. And I just love how our kids inspire us to do so much. And that is just beautiful that you are basing this off, like all that you're doing right now is based off of being inspired by your child. I mean, and then,
Right.
Encouraging her and supporting her through all of that for so long, I just, not only are you a great dad, but wow, you have taken a great dad to the next level, like going out there and saying, hey, you probably wouldn't have done it without her, right?
Definitely not. So yeah, she's a major inspiration to me without a doubt. Yeah.
And is she doing anything with her music, or does she just do it for fun? Or
she's continuing to do some of her own songs, and she's probably going to be releasing one sometime in the next year or so. It's she's got some outstanding melodies, and yeah, I'm very proud of her. So,
well, I would love to have her on too. Not, but this one's about you, so. But that is very inspiring. Like, that is a great story, because one of the reasons I do this show is to get kids into music and to encourage them to pursue it and support that, because musicians need support. Those musicians that create this music, that put themselves out there, that use all their energy and put their heart and soul into something.
Right.
And they're actually good at it. I mean,
yeah, definitely. Inspiration is such a big part of it, because, the nature of things, it's tough to be at the top level in this industry. We hear about a lot of times the people who are the 1%ers or the 1/2 of 1%ers. Those are the people we hear about, but it's very, very tough to get there. So inspiration is so important. So I'm thankful for her, and certainly thankful for everybody that supported me. The person I mentioned, or I was taking music lessons with before, Janine LeClaire, is one of the top, one of the top instructors in all of Nashville, and has been for a number of years. And she's been very pivotal to how I've been able to grow. So, and there are many other people who've helped me as well. So,
and all of these accolades you're talking about. So you said that one of your songs was picked up by a country singer. What song was this? We can find it somewhere, I'm sure, if it was on.
Yeah. It's a song I wrote, I guess about a year and a half ago, or, wrote and recorded about a year and a half ago, called The One Thing. And the artist's name is Rose Knight. And, she's been an artist for quite a while in Nashville. She was a background singer for Faith Hill for many years and various other things. But I think it's probably, her biggest, or one of her 2 biggest songs she's had before in her, 30 something years of this. So yeah, and it's a good song. It's kind of it's what I would call a breakup song in terms of the general idea of it. The idea that somebody maybe can tolerate a lot from their partner, a lot of things that might get on their nerves, but there's one thing, maybe they can't tolerate. And as the song goes, you can kind of tell what that is, but it's the one thing. And it got some great responses. And I originally did it as a rock song, but she thought it would be good as a country song, and it is. So yeah,
like that Meatloaf song goes. I'll do anything for love, but I won't do that. That's that one thing. There's
Yeah.
always that one thing. Yeah.
Yeah,
So
it's got
tell
a
me
real
about.
catchy tune. I've gotten some great feedback on it from quite a few people, including some people that work for different television shows and movie and are involved in movies as well. So it's still a very good possibility for a couple of those, and hopefully it'll happen. It'll get in some of those TV shows as well, and that's been the case with several of my songs beyond that one also. So just gonna keep on pushing.
Wow. So what is the story behind this? Like, how did she find this song? Why? What led up to her deciding and finding you and your song and deciding to do it?
Yeah, really connections, which is often the case a lot of times. As we know, connections are so big in this industry, and you can build those up over time and earn people's trust by doing good work with them and always giving your best effort. And that's what I've always tried to do. And anything I do is just give my very best, and hopefully that rubs off. And when somebody sees that and they see an opportunity where your song could be a fit, maybe it's even been a year or so since they've heard it, and they're like, they remember, your song could be a perfect fit for what this individual is trying to do. And so yeah.
Wow. That's just, did you know her personally, or did she just like hear it randomly, or did somebody send it to her?
Yeah, somebody sent it to her. Yeah.
Oh, okay. I see.
Yeah.
So do you perform live at all?
I do some live performances of different events in Nashville, songwriter nights, and various other things like that. And in Nashville, that's a really big thing. There's, all kinds of songwriter nights and things of that sort. So I enjoy doing that, and I'm probably going to continue to try to do more of that. I would like to be able to play at some point before long, hopefully at the Bluebird Cafe. That's a place I mentioned earlier. That's kind of one of the more famous of those type of places, not just here, but in the world. Taylor Swift was kind of discovered there, and, Garth Brooks and various others. So it's a cool place. And that's definitely on my list to try to get there sometime, hopefully in the next year or sooner. So we'll see.
So tell me about your nerves. I mean, this is something. I mean, they say you can't teach an old dog new tricks, and I'm not calling you old by any means, because I'm pretty sure I'm older than you. But how did it make you feel? Like, how did you feel like going out there for the first time, and like being out there in front of everybody and performing in front of people?
Yeah, I think it was something that of course I was somewhat nervous about this to a degree, but I felt like I was ready for it. I'd done a good amount of preparation, and felt good about it. And it went smoother than I thought it would, the first time I did it, and it's continued to get better from there. You just continue to pick up on the little things that you might not even realize, performing live. So that was, pretty straightforward, relatively speaking. The thing that created the biggest, I don't know, the most nervousness for me was the time I first started really recording songs and got together with some artists and musicians and everything to help me, get ready for the song recordings and everything. And that was something that was a number of years ago, but I guess it's been about 7 or 8 years ago now. But that was nerve-wracking because I was still very new in music. Like I literally just started within the past year or two, and was just getting to the point where I was trying to record songs. And I was fortunate to find some really cool and great musicians in the Nashville area, because there's so many great musicians. I mean, I think in the whole world, probably Nashville has the greatest concentration of musicians. You could throw a rock and hit a world-class guitar player, pretty much anywhere around. But I was fortunate to find some really great musicians and people, but these were people, like 2 of them, I think, had won like Grammys in some capacity. One of them was a part of one of the all-time biggest songs and helped co-write that like a few decades earlier. And another was very experienced. So they had I don't even know, probably like 100 years, and they were all older than me. They had like 100 years or more of major music experience touring with all these big bands. And here I was, just, so that was probably the most nerve-wracking thing I've had, is trying to, work with people like that who are a lot more experienced. But it was good because it taught me a lot. And, I've been fortunate to know some really great people like that.
Yeah, that sounds like it would be very intimidating, like one of those high pressure interviews where they got all the big wigs standing around you firing questions at you. You just like, yeah, that's definitely a test of your mettle. How did you get over that though? I mean, like these people, they're like, were you were obviously scared? What if they don't like me? What if, what if they didn't like you? What, did you have a thought in mind, or a thing that you were going to do if they were like, man, you suck?
I was just going to go for it and just see what happened. That was my thought on it. But for me, I felt like, like a deer in the headlights for a while with that, but it didn't last too long. I kind of reverted back to things I was used to, even if they weren't purely musical things. Like as a longtime computer programmer and, in that type of world, I was still am very detail oriented. Like I figure out exactly what's wrong or what's right, depending on how you're looking at it with certain things, and how to put things together, and, and where things need to improve. And that's what I'm doing. Had been doing for so many years. So I just kind of took that same approach with what I was doing with songwriting and singing. So I'd go and create all these detailed notes about, after each session, what was good, what was not good, what I thought we could improve. And that allowed me to kind of take what I learned in other areas and apply it to music. So I didn't feel so like out of it, and I think that was a key thing for me, to be able to leverage other skills and bring them into the music world. And I've had several people, probably more than several, who've worked with me in music, tell me that if all the people they've worked with musically, and they've worked with dozens or hundreds, that I'm the most detail-oriented by far they've ever worked with. So hopefully that ultimately is a good thing. And, but
I'm sure it is. Obviously it's a good thing. Yeah, it's definitely a good thing. It's a good thing. We do have a commercial break coming up, but right after we break away to our before we break away to our ad, you're going to introduce the music video that we're going to play after the break. See, I was trying to fit that in there right, and it didn't come out the way it was supposed to.
Yeah, so this music video is for a song that just released about 1 month ago. So pretty new release. It's called Breaking Away. The song is basically about breaking free from what's holding you back from achieving your goals. And the music video is one that's very different than any I've done before. It has a lot of technology behind it, but also has me front and center doing all kinds of interesting things. And it's a race. So the idea of breaking away is encapsulated by a metaphor of a race, and a special type of race. So,
well, everybody stay tuned. Right after the break, we'll watch this video, and you guys can put in your comments or your questions for our guests. Here we go.
When it comes to podcasts and social media, stick with the best. Grand Forks' best source. Keep up to date with local happenings and news, interviews with city leaders, athletes, nonprofits, and of course, lots of feel-good stories. Grand Forks' best source is a great way to advertise your business or events with the most economical ad packages available. And contact us to find out how you can have your own podcast with the best studio in the area. Check out Grand Forks' best source on your favorite social media app. Grand Forks' best source, the Forks' best local podcast. Call 701-213-0863 or online at gfbestsource.com. We love the Forks. Grand Forks' best source, giving the Forks their identity again. This episode is brought to you by AFS Automated Financial Services, your partner for fast, reliable, and affordable payment processing. Whether you're taking payments at the counter, on the go, online, or through a full POS system, AFS makes it easy to get paid anywhere, anytime. They handle credit, debit, EBT, gift, and loyalty cards across every industry and touchless options available for all in-person transactions. Entrepreneurs and ISOs can even earn monthly residuals through AFS partnership opportunities. The tools are yours. The income is yours. You'll get approvals in under an hour. 24-hour equipment deployment or reprogramming. Low, simple rates, matched or beaten, or they pay you, and 24/7 live customer service. You get the technology, rates, and support your business deserves. For a free cost analysis or rate quote, call 1-877-738-5010 or visit automatedfinancialservice.com. AFS, smart technology, real service, better business.
Visit littlebobbybuzz.com, your source for Little Bobby merch and music. Keep up with the bar and don't forget about the buzz with Mama T. That's littlebobbybuzz.com.
Everybody wants a gold medal in life. I paid the price, the race is all mine. At the starting line, I won't sweat it. You know I'm feeling fine, I won't regret it. Been waiting for this day, time to break away. I'm breaking away, breaking away. Seize the moment, I'm gonna own it. I'm breaking away, breaking away. Only got one shot, look, I'm on the mountaintop. Won't stand for ordinary, my dream's extraordinary. Time for me to write the next chapter. Holding nothing back, burning up the track. I'm only getting faster. Oh, been waiting for this day. Oh, time to break away. I'm breaking away, breaking away. Seize the moment, I'm gonna own it. I'm breaking away, breaking away. Only got one shot, look, I'm on the mountaintop. I'm breaking away, breaking away. Seize the moment, I'm gonna own it. I'm breaking away, breaking away. Here's my big shot, only one I got. I know this time glory is mine. Victory's coming. One shot, one way, this ends today. I'm breaking away. I'm breaking away, breaking away. I'm breaking away, breaking away. Breaking away, breaking away. Seize the moment. I'm breaking away, breaking away. Seize the moment, I'm gonna own it. I'm breaking away, breaking away. Here's my big shot, only one I got.
That was so cool. Okay, so you gotta tell me about this video. Like, what inspired the whole zombie thing? You like watch zombie shows or anything? And just like like your haters are all out there and they're all zombies. Justin Toe, you so slow. I mean, you gotta tell me like how your whole process through this.
Yeah. Well, what inspired it was, I've kind of felt like the song, like Breaking Away, like I mentioned earlier, I see the race, like a running race, is kind of a metaphor for breaking away and finally doing something big. For me, that big thing may be my singing songwriting career or something, but for other people, it may be other things. But I thought having a race would be cool in the video. And the idea of the zombies came from, basically my situation the past few years has been filled with a lot of injuries. I did a whole lot of sports for a long time, even not too long ago, but I've had some big, significant leg injuries, and got to a point a year or so ago where I almost couldn't run at all, which is really tough for me because that's something I do all the time. And I was joking, with friends and family sometimes that I had so many leg problems, that the only person I could still beat in a race was a dead person. And I'd say that joke at different times. And then I started thinking, for this video, the dead person. And then that kind of led me to zombies, and yeah, so we got the zombie racers, we got the zombie hecklers out there jeering me, and kind of that whole thing of me running against thousands of zombies. And I wanted to do this different than other videos, so we used obviously technology, but we didn't use just technology because I thought it was key for me to be in the video and be a major part of it. So everything I was doing in the video I actually did. Yeah, I didn't run obviously with real zombies, but I was running, I was sprinting even with the injured leg, and I was afraid I was gonna have to go to the hospital. But I did all that and all the other stuff, and the shirt ripping. And one thing I'll tell you, it is extremely, extremely difficult to rip off your shirt and make it not look really awkward. We did it in one take. We only had one backup shirt also. So if that didn't work, we were going to really be tight, but one take, we got it. Yeah.
That's funny you should say that, because I was just watching this show the other day. Okay. And there's this couple in the woods, and the husband, he gets an arrow through his leg. Right. And so he's like, well, I work at this place where we sell these. You can just unscrew the tip. So just unscrew the tip. And she unscrews the tip and pulls it through. And she just goes like this, takes her sleeve and just rips it off, and casually rips it off. And I'm thinking, where did you buy that shirt that the sleeve comes off that easy? There's no way. Come on. I mean, you made it look realistic is what I'm saying. It looked like you struggled a little bit.
Yeah. Well, I was literally ripping it. So yeah. I literally ripped it and pretty much destroyed the shirt. But yeah, and I really enjoyed making this video. A person I've collaborated with many times named Donovan Kirkpatrick, who's also a musician who does video stuff and all kinds of things. He was a big part of this too and did a great job. And I dedicated the video to my dad, who passed away unexpectedly last summer, but was probably one of my biggest fans. And he loved quirky humor, which obviously there's plenty of that in this. He loved sports, and he loved monsters, monster movies and stuff. So that was another thing I was thinking about on this is, dedicating it to him. And like I mentioned, it's gotten in 1 month more than 5 times as many views as all my other videos combined. And some of those did some good things. So it's been cool.
And you're talking about how, like, you thought you were sprinting and thought you were going to put yourself in the hospital. I mean, literally the sacrifices we make for our art. Like that is a prime example right there. We give up everything. We sacrifice so much to do what we love to do. And to me, that is just the perfect example of the actual meaning behind the song itself.
Yeah.
Like, you're breaking away. Well, when you break away and you chase your dreams, you're going to have to make sacrifices along the way. I mean, a little ironic that you almost put yourself in the hospital over it.
Yeah. I know what you mean. And there's definitely sacrifices. You're spending time and spending all kinds of effort, but at the end of the day, if you love something and you enjoy the creativity so much and everything, and you've got that dream of someday making it kind of to that next level, and makes it worth it,
So can you tell me a little bit about your songwriting process? I mean, do you just get an idea from somewhere and come up with the lyrics first, or do you come up with a melody? I mean, do you sit down and say, okay, I've got to write a song now. What's it going to be about? Or does it just come to you randomly?
Yeah, for me, and I've heard different people say different things and have different approaches. I think a lot of them start with that I've talked to start with an instrument and come up with a melody. But for me, it's kind of just popped in my head. Most of the songs, almost all of them I've written, I'll just suddenly have something pop into my head, like part of a melody. And usually there's maybe a couple words, maybe a line or two even that pops in along with the melody. And I'll kind of sing it to myself and see what it feels like over time. And sometimes that happens at odd times, like at night or early in the morning, and I'll have to, if I think I really like it, I'll have to go quickly somewhere and just record it on my phone and make sure I don't forget it. And then I'll go back to sleep. So that's happened a number of times. But if I have something like that and I keep on singing it to myself, for like a week or so, I know there must be something to it. If it's that catchy that I want to just keep on singing it over and over and can't stop myself from singing it, that's a good sign. And once I get one like that, I'll, at a certain point, flesh it out and come up with a full melody, the full lyrics. And sometimes it happens quickly, or sometimes I don't do it till several months or a year later, but I've got that basis for it. And the basis is, leading to everything else,
So you mentioned, okay. So you do these, you got two really great videos. Well, you got more than two great videos. We're only going to be able to see two of them. One we just saw. The other one that's going to be coming up is called Okay. How do you come up with what's the process behind making a music video?
Yeah, for music video, it really depends. But the ones I've done, I did one that was kind of a lyric video with some family pictures, but all the rest I've done have been pretty involved. And, you saw the one that we watched just a little while ago, but the others also have had their own, interesting parts to them. And I just kind of see the music video, for me at least, as being a big extension of what I'm doing, in terms of songs. And, it can kind of give me a way to try to hopefully set myself apart from some other artists out there, and do something special and give me an extra way besides just the song for people to discover me and hopefully like what they're seeing or find it interesting. So it really depends. I've done a lot of videos, and at this point feel like it's something I just really enjoy. So I've got more ideas coming up, but the first one I did, I can tell you about that if we have a few minutes before.
Absolutely. Please.
Okay. Well, the very first video I did, because that might be a good example of how, things came together. It was called Against the Tide. And that was also the first song I was releasing, Against the Tide. It was a song about doing things that were unexpected of you, and it had a combination of things in the video. It had people who were relatively older, senior citizens, basically doing sports and senior Olympics. And it had, people that were, somebody that was older going back to school to get their degree. It had a kind of geeky looking, short basketball player playing against a LeBron James type player. And I played the short, geeky looking basketball player. And then it also had a little story within the video of a middle-aged guy who had never done singing songwriting. And he tried to learn, he tried to do it. And at the very, very end of the video, he finally, after being rejected and all kinds of negative things, he finally gets someone to say his song was good. So it's just kind of a cool thing. And I really enjoyed making that video. And we just kind of continue to make videos that hopefully either inspire people, because some of them are very much inspirational, and some, like the one we saw, have some inspiration, but are also very humorous or quirky. So
That's fun. That just it just sounds like fun to do. Sounds like sounds like fun. I mean, I would love to be involved in something like that, but I'm just so see. I used to sing when I was in school, and I turned 21. Decided I was going to go do karaoke, and I bombed. Like I didn't know people would actually boo a karaoke singer until that day. I'd never heard it since. I did not practice.
Uh-huh.
It's all about confidence, though, and practice, And then at that point, I was like, nope, I'm never singing in front of people again, But I finally came to a point in my life. Well, Bobby was a big influence on that he encouraged me. Like, I know you can sing. Because I was scared to sing in front of him. Then my mom passed away unexpectedly, and I was supposed to sing for her birthday. And I said, no, I'm just going to have to sing at the funeral. And he laughed at me. You're not going to be able to sing at a funeral, especially your mother's.
Wow.
And so he put me in his studio and gave me a drink and said, here's a drink. I'll keep it full. I know you can't sing in front of me yet, but here's how you record. Here's the buttons. And he played the background music and said, come out when you're done. And he put it on a CD and we played it at the funeral. And nobody at the funeral even realized it was me.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow. That's a neat story. Wow.
That was the beginning. Then it was hey, let's go out to karaoke at this place. I need to find a new voice for my upcoming albums. Yeah, right. He wanted me to get up on stage, and you really got to build that confidence. And I think part of it is, also at this age, at the age we're at, this is a beautiful age, because I feel like at our age, we don't care as much what people think about us. I mean, we've been there, we've done that. I mean, to a certain extent, yes, we do, but it's not high school anymore. I don't have to fit in. Yeah. I don't have to be part of the crowd. I don't have to be popular.
Yep. Right.
And that's, I think, and that's another thing I like about breaking away, because that's how it makes me feel. It makes me feel, I can break away. I can do my own thing, and I don't have to worry about all the zombies out there hating and all the trolls and,
Right.
It looks like we have another commercial coming up, though. So why don't you introduce this next video for us, and then we'll cut to commercial, and when we come back, we'll listen to it.
Yeah. So the next video I think we're going to see is for a song called Okay that I released a few years ago. And Okay is a song about believing that even if at a current point in your life things are not ideal, that they can turn around, and just having that belief that ultimately things can be okay and will be okay, and keeping that positive mindset. And the video is some inspiration with kind of a message about acceptance, but mostly it's funny. And there's a key main character in it, and it's kind of like a live action cartoon. And yeah, it's pretty interesting. And I'll tell you more about it afterwards, also as far as the creation, because that was kind of interesting as well.
Sweet. I can't wait to see it. And we've got a famous musician and a couple of longtime viewers that are watching. You guys stay tuned. We'll be right back.
Grand Forks, start your engines and listen close. The Red River Valley Motorcyclist Spirit of America Bike and Car Show is rolling into the Alara Center for an action-packed weekend you don't want to miss. Saturday, May 2nd and Sunday, May 3rd. Admission is just $10. Kids 12 and under get in free with a paying adult. But here's where it gets big. Raffle tickets are just $50, and only 4,000 tickets will be sold. That's it. Once they're gone, they're gone. Now, those $50 tickets, they give you a shot at over $100,000 in prizes, including a Harley-Davidson Road Glide. Second prize is a Polaris Ranger Crew Cab Trail Boss with trailer. Third prize, a Yamaha Gas Golf Cart. Get your $50 raffle ticket now by calling Tim at 701-739-1605 or stop in at Brewski's. And remember, every dollar raised benefits the Veterans Honor Flight of North Dakota and Minnesota, helping honor the men and women who served our country. $10 to get in, $50 to win big. Only 4,000 raffle tickets available. Call 701-739-1605 or visit Brewski's in Thompson today. Spirit of America Bike and Car Show, May 2nd and 3rd at the Alaris Center.
Visit littlebobbybuzz.com, your source for Little Bobby merch and music. Keep up with the bar and don't forget about the buzz with Mama T. That's littlebobbybuzz.com.
When every day feels the same, kinda wears on your brain. I'm told where I can't go, told what I don't know. Every forecast is rain. But you don't need to worry about me, 'cause I see what I wanna see. No, you don't have to worry about me, 'cause I'm gonna be okay. I'm gonna be okay. Better days will come my way. I'm gonna be okay. Hey now, ain't no way I'm going down. I'm gonna be okay. I'm gonna be okay. Times so dark and dreary, making me weary, like my life's been put on pause, like it's just a big lost cause. No way, I say, that's not how I play. I'll make it to the other side, I'll chase my clouds away. Hey, I'm gonna be okay. I'm gonna be okay. Better days will come my way. I'm gonna be okay. Hey now, ain't no way I'm going down. I'm gonna be okay. I'm gonna be okay. Don't tell me what to think, don't tell me what I am. Don't tell me why the world sucks, it's never-ending spam. I'm free to choose what I wanna see. If I see light in your dark, well that's just up to me. Yeah, I'm gonna be okay. I'm gonna be okay. Better days will come my way. Yeah, I'm gonna be okay. Hey now, ain't no way I'm going down. I'm gonna be okay. Can you hear me? I'm gonna be okay, 'cause I'm free. I'm gonna be okay to say what I mean. I'm gonna be okay. Are you listening? Hey now, ain't no way I'm going down. Hey, I'm gonna be okay. I'm gonna be okay. Yeah. Okay. Oh. Okay. Okay. I'm gonna be okay. I'm gonna be okay.
Oh my gosh, Justin, I was laughing through that whole thing. That is such an awesome video. And I said I've got a famous musician. Well, he's making some comments here. He used to play with Bobby, among a lot of other people. but he's playing in Fort Myers on Easter. But he really he thought that music video was very funny, and
Oh, cool.
all the money that they're raising is going to vets. So
All
that's another
right. That's great.
that's another thing we always supported vets. So thank you, Uncle Polly. His name is Paul Testa Jr., aka Sweet Polly T, aka Uncle Polly. Thank you for watching.
Awesome.
So why don't you tell me about this video and what went into this? This it's just I just laughed the whole time. It's hilarious.
Yeah. So, okay, like I mentioned, is a song that's very much about believing things can get better. And, when I talked about it with some collaborators of mine, we kind of came up with the idea of having some kind of a character, the main character that maybe might not even be human, So we just had that kind of idea. And then that led to the idea eventually of a bear. And we know a lot of times people are scared of bears and have some kind of certain ideas about what's going to happen if they encounter the bear. So anyway, we came up with the idea of the bear, and we had to find a couple things, how to get a bear costume, because that was a big thing. We originally were thinking it would be kind of a, like a Chuck E. Cheese, type of thing, or some kind of, cartoonish looking thing. But then we decided it really would be a lot cooler if it looked like an actual bear. So we searched long and hard and managed to find a real looking bear costume and got that and used it. And I think it worked well. And I was talking to one of those collaborators, the director of it. This was months after the video, and she still had it and was keeping it in her house and in a closet hung up. And she said that every time her dog would come near the closet, he'd start just going crazy, barking at that bear costume. But yeah, we just went the extra mile. And another interesting thing was the location. We looked for a good location, and we ended up finding a place that someone owned. They had a couple of acres, and they had done some interesting things. They managed to acquire memorabilia from the 1950s, like old gas station stuff and old car and various old things. So it looked like a very small little town, and it was literally in somebody's yard. He had all this stuff. He also had like a giant Bigfoot statue and all kinds of things. But anyway, it was just like an awesome place to shoot the video of it's this little country town. Yeah.
I mean, okay, so we got we also have another viewer, Soko Strong. So those commercials we were doing for Soko Saturdays, he's actually watching.
Oh, cool.
And he says, are we really going to be okay?
I think keeping that positive mindset is always important as best you can, and maybe certain times more than others even. But yeah.
And Uncle Polly says, it turns out the way life should be for everyone. And I'm guessing that he means that the video, the song, the end of the video, the way it turns out is the way life should be for everybody. Like we might be down, we might be out, we might be feeling like crap. But hey, if we're not, let's go out there and change our mindset. Let's share a smile, because smiles are contagious. Let's share some laughter. Let's share a joke. Let's share time. Let's share a bench. I mean, everybody needs to have that. I believe that it's all about mindset. If you wake up every morning, think this is going to be a crappy day, then you're going to have a crappy day.
Yeah.
It's like, who is it that said that? Whether you believe that you can or you believe that you can't, you're right.
Yeah, that's a good one. Yeah, good quote. But yeah, I agree. And happiness is contagious. Happiness and just kindness too. Being able to to show people that you care, or just something like in the video, and everything was, so that's kind of the type of thing we wanted to show. And we tried to have a message for most of the videos we've done, whether it's, message of acceptance or believing things can get better, or another inspirational type thing, or humor. And this one kind of combined the humor with the inspiration, I think especially well. Kind of got both going, hopefully. So.
Oh, definitely. And see, you said, okay, nothing, not that there was anything wrong with Breaking Away, because I love Breaking Away. I mean, I'm like a huge zombie fan. Like I followed The Walking Dead since the start. I used to have the little bobbleheads. I had, I followed that from the beginning. Bobby and I were into the old Living Dead, Living Dead ones, and so of course that video caught my eye right away. But you're telling me that one got more views than Okay and all the other ones put together. Like, we're going to be okay. Like that is just, that has to be shared more, because more people are going to they're going to get a smile on their face. I mean, how can they not?
Yeah. I agree with you. Yeah.
So do you have anything that you're working on?
Pretty much always got something I'm working on in some state or another. So yes, I've got, probably going to do several new songs sometime this year, most likely in the summertime. And they kind of range across a couple different types of topics, but they're going to be in my basic genre as far as pop and rock. But I've also started doing some country recordings as well. Country recordings, I'm basically doing the songwriting and then, having somebody else sing them. But that's just another thing I'm trying. I'm always looking for new approaches and new ways of kind of expanding things. So yeah, I'm going to continue doing that as well. So.
And listening to you and in talking with you for this past hour and seeing your music videos, I've always been a believer in being outside the box. I've always been one that my bosses will always tell you this too. All my old bosses will always will tell you this, because I never did things the way they wanted them done, which,
right.
At first it looks like I just have a problem with authority, but no, I was finding, I think outside the box. And I think you just threw the box away.
Well, thank you for saying that. This is this industry is very, very, very difficult to make it big. So I do think that thinking outside the box as best you can is a good thing. And we'll see what happens. I'm hoping that things can start to break away. We'll see.
I see what you did there. One of the things I wanted to, we've got couple minutes left for questions, you guys. I know you're still watching. I can see you. You're still watching. We got time for a couple more questions. My question is, okay, I see what I did there. You picked up the guitar at age 30, 35, somewhere there.
Yeah, probably about 40. Yeah.
So did you pick up any other instruments?
Yeah, I did some piano as well, because piano sometimes can be pretty helpful for songwriting. But the main instrument I've tried to continue to develop in is guitar. So.
What's your favorite guitar?
Pretty much all types. The one I've got right now is a Martin guitar, though, and it's been good. It's been really good. Just acoustic. I've had it a couple of years, and yeah, love it.
And I do have a viewer question. Soko wants to know, what's your favorite metal band?
That's a good question. I don't know if I had just one particular one. I listen to a little bit to all genres, but haven't really listened to metal quite as much. But I do love, a lot of things, rock, certainly pop, end up listening to a good amount of country, even though country isn't my main genre, but do end up writing in it some. And Yeah, pretty much everything. So
I know like these aren't a thing anymore, but if you had an iPod and I picked up your iPod and I started listening, what would be on there?
kind of a range of things as far as, some of the more recent artists, certainly like Bruno Mars, quite a bit. Charlie Puth has, tremendous voice and a lot of great songs. And, Imagine Dragons, pretty big fan of theirs as well. And then going back a little ways, Aerosmith, Bon Jovi, Guns N' Roses, would be a couple that I really loved, especially in the 80s and 90s. Yep.
Okay. Oh, yep. Uncle Polly loves Bruno Mars a lot too. And his question is going to be the last one. Who's your favorite blues guy?
That's a good question. I've listened to various blues people that I thought were really great at times. I don't know if I have just one single one I would point out. Again, for me, the biggest thing I've focused on is pop rock, and because I'm in Nashville and, really love the songwriting process, country music. But I'm always looking for different artists in all genres that inspire me. And sometimes I'll come just randomly across somebody and they'll be in country and I wasn't looking for them, but it'll make me think of something and that can inspire me. So,
well, I was just going to say, Uncle Polly, you beat me to it. And so after I send you a few links, I know who your favorite is going to be. But I want to tell everybody, thank you for watching. Thanks for participating. Thank you, Justin, for being here. I loved your story. Go to justintoe.com for more on Justin Toe and his music videos. And let me know when you are releasing your next one, and we'll have you on again and we'll talk about it. And thanks for being here. It was a great show.
Right.
Keep the music
alive. Thank you, Monty, for having me. I appreciate it.
No problem. Keep the music alive, everybody. See you next week. Today's episode is sponsored in part by Grand Forks Best Source. They're a cutting-edge local media broadcasting studio with captivating shows, on-location event coverage, and unparalleled advertising opportunities. Grand Forks Best Source has become a haven for podcasters like me seeking to bring their visions alive. If you're a podcaster looking for studio or platform, or a local business seeking to advertise, go ahead and email Paul at local@gfbestsource.com. You can call him at 701-740-9337, or you can go to their website that's listed on your screen there, gfbestsource.com. Tell them Mama T sent you.